I feel nauseous, believe
Welcome
me.
all, this is the Australian Indie Wrestling cast, fellow wrestlers, tradies, event support staff, friends, foes, everyone in between. If you have a topic, you can reach out to the Don. The Don, how are you, my friend? I'll disappear.
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a good start to the week. My weekend was pretty chill. There was no wrestling on in Perth, and just been a bit of family time. Enjoying life for what it can really bring to you. But really it was just preparation for the war that I was about to go into in regards to these WWE tickets. But we'll get to that. But first, I wasn't able to catch it, but I heard that you watched the PWA Rumble.
Yeah, I
This week.
was lucky enough to catch the PWA King of the Metro Rumble. A lot of Victorian guys showed up in the PWA Rumble, and your mate James Hartness showed up in the
Yeah,
PWA
boy.
Rumble. So the King of the Metro Rumble, and in the end, Tuckman was the man to stand tall, or the last one left standing.
Yeah, I did see a clip of him and Jack Bonza going at it for the last spot, so
Yeah. So
interesting.
that was pretty good. The two ginger ninjas beating the shit out of each other all over the
Don't
PWA
say the
ring.
word. Don't say. Have you not seen the PSAs from Jack Bonza? Don't say the word.
Oh, really? I'll have to find them. Well, there we go. So that's something to look forward to. So that was live, which was pretty cool. So we all got to watch that live. They got a pretty decent turnout all night. Hovered around the 250 mark.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's
yeah.
pretty good. So they got a good massive viewing out of that. I think there was about 2,000 views after
Oh, wow.
all that. So people were ducking in, ducking out, seeing what it was all about, which is what you want.
Yeah.
So best form of advertising is getting it live out there on YouTube, which is something else is happening later in the week. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But at the moment, everyone's having a rumble.
It's a rumble season in
yeah,
Australia.
yeah,
It
it's a
gets
rumble.
cold and they throw everyone out there, and
Huddle in the corner.
yeah, you had the PWA King of the Metro Rumble. This weekend we've got Ballroom Brawl.
Ballroom Brawl, yeah, and there was another rumble happening. I saw, yeah, there was a
Somewhere.
few rumbles. Yeah, there's a few rumbles. I guess I got them. I can't remember them off the top of my head because they were all pretty indistinguishable. I just saw the number 30, 20. So there was like a lot of rumbles coming out. So if you're not going on YouTube, we're probably not seeing it, so it was good to see the PWA King of the Metro and Tuckman win that. Getting that back to a rumble. You get a rumble and you get a rumble. Well, the other thing that happened on the weekend was the PW Down Under Lifetime Achievement and Recognition Award to the
Hall of
Hitman.
Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Fame to the Hitman George Julio. So that was pretty cool.
That's cool. I mean, being from Perth, I have not run into the Hitman. So it means a big thing in Melbourne, which is cool. But yeah, I'd really want to start looking and see what the sort of past achievements of. Hopefully, when they did all this as well, they put up a few of his older clips and stuff of the Hitman in his prime time. I'd love to see that kind of stuff as well. But from what I understand, a huge impact on a lot of guys in Melbourne in their training and I think promoting and stuff as well. He's been integral in a lot of those guys' careers.
Yep, getting them started, training a lot of them, and there was a lot of thank yous this week from a few people. So, yep,
Awesome.
definitely cool to see. But from one trainer to another, or I guess, well, he's not really a trainer anymore. He's someone in the A story of the WWE, Bronson
Yeah,
Reed.
very cool.
Jonah
Yeah,
Rock, who used to train at Wrestle Rampage and started it all off down there.
yep.
The
Yeah,
Don.
so saw him at Night of Champions being a part of the A story of the WWE at the moment in interfering in the match between CM Punk and John Cena. It's just like I know it's different, but I see Bronson out there and it's just like knowing that he's a kid from Australia who always dreamed of being in WWE, getting to be part of a storyline, being in the ring, beating up CM Punk, beating up John Cena, working under Paul Heyman. It's really, really, really exciting stuff because, again, like I say, he's a kid from Adelaide who, well, he's not a kid anymore, but at one time he was a kid in Adelaide.
I never said he was a kid from. I never said he was a kid. You,
I
buddy.
did. I did.
Yeah.
It was just me. But like at one time in his life, he was a kid from Adelaide who really liked wrestling, who worked and trained on the independent scene, and worked his way up, and now he's part of like the big show, like the place to be, working with some legends.
Oh god, we're gonna get another picture of Paul White in our YouTube this week.
Yeah, well, look, it is what it is. I've always liked him, so hello, Paul. Never met him, but no, it's just see things like that. It's the same as when you see Rhea Ripley main eventing pay-per-views as well. It's just really cool because something that when I first started was just a non-event. Like people would talk about possibly being a part of that kind of thing, and it was all like a pipe dream. It was never going to happen, and these people actually did it. And yeah, it's really cool to see that the main event Night of Champions.
Well, it might have been a pipe dream for your friends, but for Rhea Ripley and Bronson Reed, it is a reality, and a reality they're living in the moment. Rhea Ripley's basically in the other main storyline and had a huge match against Raquel Rodriguez.
Yes.
Is that her name? Fuck, I hope it is.
That's it. Now you're on.
And yeah, I saw her standing on a table and fucking hitching her off and stuff. So yeah, it's not holding back.
No, it's just great to see, amazing to see. But yeah, so that all sort of wraps into the war that went on yesterday for a lot of people, as well as myself, in doing their best to try and purchase some tickets to Crown Jewel Perth.
Oh, you're talking about not the 12-day war, but the mental war between you and Ticketek. You and your left finger or your clicking mouse, your mouse hand. Were you getting the signals through? What was happening, Don? Tell us what happened, because you weren't happy when I talked to you.
It was a roller coaster of emotions. This yesterday was
because you've been saving, you've been waiting, because you've been keen. I've been the one that's not going, so you know.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things where I've always been like, the ability to go to SmackDown, a pay-per-view, and a Raw, all of one weekend is something that you could only really do if you were to travel overseas. I thought we were going to get all that for Elimination Chamber, but we didn't. We only got the pay-per-view last year, which, again, great time. Glad I got those tickets. That was, one of the best times that I've had at a live anything show. So I was keen to get something. I was initially, because of all the hype and what research we'd done, the tickets looked like they were going to be just ridiculous. I'd saved up quite a bit of money, being prepared to spend, somewhere in the $1,200 mark for myself, and then obviously getting a ticket for my son as well. It was probably going to double that. So I was ready. I looked at I was able to get a look at. They released the prices, but not the tickets early yesterday.
Well, it all started a couple of days ago with the elite packages being released, and the hotel packages, and everyone losing their shit over that, going, "I can't do this. This is insane." So I hope if you wanted good seats, you got those good seats by paying the money and everything like that first. So if you've got like the hotels and everything like that, you've got the bang-on seats and stuff like that.
If you were traveling from interstate, I think that was your best bet to do the hotel and ticket packages. I have no use for a hotel package because I live here. I just thought, there's no point. I know some people who got those packages, so they had their tickets secured well before everyone else. But I did see as well yesterday morning, although this will come out I would say Monday morning.
Oh.
Monday morning, looking at, and you could see the prices, but you couldn't purchase of the tickets. And I was sort of looking at some of them, and the 3D packages, some decent seats I could have got for like 900 odd to like 1100 odd, and I was like, oh look, maybe I'll go then. We'll see what I can get, because it would tell you the positioning that you were at your in the arena. And then I went to check it again, and all of a sudden I was 99th in line.
99th.
Tickets, 99th in line for
what
tickets.
Did your tickets time out or something?
No, the tickets didn't time out, because then I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. And I was like, oh yeah, something about a release at 1 o'clock. And I was like, oh shit, I've managed to get 99th in line to grab the tickets. I waited, and it was about, 5 minutes past 1 o'clock, and you're next in line. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. I'm next in line. And then I get to the ticket page, and it says enter your code or look at ticket information. I was like, code? What code? What password? I have nothing. Like, what am I doing here? So every time I clicked, the only thing it would allow me to click was ticket information. And then I checked and saw the prices, and it wouldn't let me buy a thing. So then I panicked, and then I tried to look around for an email. I kept checking my emails to see if there was anything in my emails. And I had registered. I had sent all my information to register for pre-sale tickets. I had no email. I've been checking my email for the past week, just like, is anything coming up? And I get nothing. No word, no information. And then I start Googling information, checking Reddits, and I find a subreddit that says their normal things are something like WWE something, and WWE VIP was one of them. So I signed back in, made me do a little capture to make sure I wasn't a robot, and then I punched in WWE VIP, and bam, I'm in. I've got access to tickets. So I'm like, oh, I better hurry, because there's a time limit on this. I hit the cheapest, not the cheapest price tickets. I think it was somewhere around $400, $500. I went, oh, not the seats I wanted, but I'll go. Sorry, there is no tickets available for your selection. I'm like, oh, okay. So they've sold out of that section. So I went cheaper, $300 and something. Oh, there's no selection for your tickets available. Could not find you seats. Oh, okay. Well, shit, I'll try these $1,500 tickets. I don't have that much money, but if I might get these tickets, I'll get out on the streets and make it, all right? So, bam, no tickets available. And I was like, what the... Man, no tickets available. And this was all in the space of like 7 minutes. So this is, between 1 and 1:12. And then I'm like, oh, okay, well, how much is the really expensive tickets? I just want one ticket. I'll pay the top dollar. There are no tickets available in your selection. I proceed to go through every single selection. No tickets. Within under 10 minutes, they had sold out all of their first pre-sale. It was gone.
Yeah, that's what people were saying on the page and on other pages on Australia Wrestling Community. They were saying that they couldn't get in and stuff like that.
And so during this time, panicking, trying to find a code, my good friend Scar sends me a picture saying, WWE VIP is the code. And I was like, how long have you had this code for, friend?
It's an older code, sir, but it checks out.
What information are you keeping from me? What other information are you keeping from me? Why do you want to crush my dreams of getting tickets to Crown Jewel, SmackDown, and Raw? And then I calmed down when I realized that you had just helped me with some research and found on Australian Wrestling Community someone else had posted the picture, and you were just handing on the information for the first few minutes. I was like, you are my Judas, and you will be nailed to a cross when I see you next. But
I'd come home from Bunnings, and that was the first thing that popped up. I just said, I wonder if Don needs this. I'll pass it on to my friend, and because he was having trouble securing his tickets, and he wanted to fight me.
Yes,
he wanted to fight everyone in the room.
If there was a WWE executive in front of me, I'd have headbutted him straight out.
Probably would have.
No thought, no worry about recourse of actions. Just a quick nut, and then that,
That's funny as.
But so then through my panic, I looked and saw that they had another pre-sale allotment available at 3 p.m., which would be for your time
5 p.m.
5
yeah,
p.m.
5 p.m. So yeah, you were like, oh, I'm gonna try again at 3 p.m. and I was like, cool, I'm going out. No, this is when I went out to Bunnings.
That's right. No, yeah, this was just earlier. I'd harassed you earlier, but then so I was trying to again. I just tried to go back and look at prices again, and this was about quarter to 3, and I got boom. You're in line. You are 1,493 in line to get tickets.
Did you think
for the 3 p.m. release?
Did you think you were getting them at that stage?
No, well, to be honest, I was just like, yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't even know if I'm going to get tickets. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go straight for this slightly more expensive tier. They were just on the slightly elevated section of RAC Arena, which would have been absolute prime tickets. RAC Arena is actually set up so well. I've been there a bunch of times for basketball. Everywhere you go, you're going to get good some sort of view, like a decent view. But the tickets I was hoping to buy,
the ones you've been talking about,
absolute prime, beautiful spot. Doesn't matter where you want to sit in that section, you're getting amazing view. So then during that time as well, I miraculously, for the 3 p.m. release, I got an email with a code WWE WA. And so I'm like, this is it. I'm set. I'm in. I'm 1,400 and something in line, so hoping there'll still be something left. By the time I get in there, so then it all comes up, and then straight away I go for the $1,200 tickets. Boom, sold out, gone. No chance. You're out. So I'm panicking now. And then I'm like, well, what do I want to spend? Like, do I want to just go to the cheap seats and see what happens? Or do I want to just try slightly higher? And then I looked at some for 500 and something odd dollars. Sold out, gone, already gone. I'm like, this is cooked. I'm infuriated at this stage because I'm like, I just want to go and see some wrestling. Like, come on. And then luckily, the next tier down, it was about $400 odd dollars. No, I think it was just $402 or whatever for the tickets, and they're way up the back, but they're not. They're in a good spot. You can see the entrance way, and yeah, two tickets cost me $816 for the 3 nights. So that's still not a bad deal. Not what I wanted, not what I wanted to pay, not the seats I wanted, but I'm still going, so I'm happy. And then I triumphantly send a message to you saying, I have secured my tickets, friend. It's a happy day.
Yeah, and I left that on, unseen till about 6:30 my time.
Yeah.
When I came home from Bunnings, and thought, oh, well, I'll try my luck and see if I can get myself some WWE tickets. And I got on, and what do you want? I just want one single ticket. And I used my privilege on to get in there.
Single white male privilege.
Single white male privilege to get in there. I just want one ticket, please, sir. And they gave me a better seat than you. They gave me row D in your block. So I'll be enjoying that. So that's the only reason why I got them, because I got straight on, and within about 5 minutes I was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and had tickets and was out of there, and sitting near you, a few rows in front of you.
I'll be able to hit you with my empty drink cans. It's great. I can just aim up. Hope you sit next to 2 big fat sweaty people that just ruin you. No, I don't. I'm kidding.
No, I'm sure the loudest mark in the block will be you going off, because it certainly was the last time at Elimination Chamber roll footage.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to now. So we both have the WWE tickets, and we hope you do too. Mm-hmm. But as we know, well, as we know, as we've always known, there was going to be a good size of people missing out. About 30,000 people who came last time. We're not going to get in this time. You know,
there's a few unhappy campers, and
there is.
You posted not long after after my first mishap with not being able to secure tickets. You posted on Australian Indy Wrestling, the RAC with the RAC Arena with the angry faces, asking who's in and who's out.
Yeah, and geez, didn't they let us know?
People let us know how they were feeling and where they were at. Gary Christopher, good friend of mine, good friend of the pod. What was the point of registering if I never got sent an email? See, I felt that same pain on the 1 p.m. release. I felt that pain. I was infuriated.
Ready to fight someone even.
Oh, ready to just throw down. Steve Fellows said he got an on-location bundle. Matthew Stacey, friend of the pod, who actually through that whole time was trying to assist my ticket purchase with some codes and such, and giving me his link to the hotel packages and a couple of other places that were selling things.
Just a few calming thoughts.
Yeah, he handed the code WWE WWEWA, too many W's. Brett Rowe, good friend of the show, good friend of the podcasters. He said he got his and he's stoked with the price. Like I say, I can't complain. You look around $100 per show per night. One was, it was not too bad.
Same. It's basically what I paid to go see Chappelle, just a block back. So in the same arena to go see. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll be going all 3 nights because I was even telling someone, and they were like, "Oh, what's that? Just for one night?" And I was like, "No, that's all 3 nights, same seat."
Yeah.
Well, I hope it is. Hey, I don't want to have to,
and then Brett Rowe also commented that it cost him just a little bit more than what it cost for his Elimination Chamber tickets, but you get 3 shows instead of 1, which is pretty cool. Brogan Rushbrook, he couldn't get tickets, but he already had flights. So I commiserate for you, sir. I think if you keep trying, man,
you might get in.
Yeah, might get something. It might not be the preferred tickets, but then where else we had? A bit of a downer on the page. Gareth Lewis. Honestly, given the price of tickets and domestic travel, I'm amazed it sold out. But then through a few different things, he has said that he but may have been incorrect after hearing it all come out.
So you buried him for nothing, Don?
I don't know why. Because he changed his tune later at first. He says, but at 3:30 for the week, that's actually quite reasonable. 5K for ringside is ridiculous, but overall, I stand corrected. 5K for because I looked at those tickets too, and I wasn't ever going to be able to afford them. But I was like,
you were seriously thinking about separating with 5K, weren't you? At that point where you had no ticket, you were telling me.
I tell you what, if no other tickets were available, but I could buy that, there's a good chance.
Imagine all 3 nights. There's just disgruntled Don in the front row, having this isn't what I paid for.
I paid too much for this.
Did I pay too much? Oh.
Yeah. But something like what was it like 1,300 per night for ringside,
which is pretty good.
It's not that bad. And you'd be ringside. That's not. Again, I don't think I would in my right mind pay that. But someone who's got the cash, we're looking at $20,000.
You weren't in your right mind, were you?
I wasn't at the time. But people were looking at $20,000 for the Vegas. Was it Vegas for WrestleMania for their ringside tickets?
Yeah, but that's WrestleMania.
I get. There's a difference. It's 4 times the price of this, but that's kind of what I was expecting.
We thought what we thought the prices were going to be so high because they were trying to match us against the Saudis. and those tickets are always high, and the revenue they pull in from that is always high, and so that's what, like, you know, we're looking at like SummerSlam coming out and all the other pay-per-views coming out and the ones in France, and we're like tracking that and like, oh god, this is going to be expensive. But it's actually turned out quite reasonable for everyone involved, and everyone seems to be happy who's got tickets. Like, no one's really going, well, I've got fucking tickets, but they cost me the earth. Like, like I said, I was broke last week, and I'm more broke this week, if you can believe. But I've got the WWE tickets, so...
Yeah, we have locked in. Just and a few more of the comments. We're not getting the email registering for pre-sale, but like I say, I think maybe they just X amount of tickets, they released to X amount of emails at a time. But it looked like the way they were releasing it, different sections, but similar tickets. Which still made me furious because I just wasn't able to... For me to get the prime tickets that I wanted and spend more than I actually wanted to, I would have had to try my luck at each release because they sold out so quick. And if I missed out, then I may have missed out on other tickets. Like, it's...
Netflix and chill.
Look, that... I think I'd have been... I don't think I'd have watched it at home. I think I'd have still been too mad if I didn't get tickets. I'd have been like, I'm not watching it.
Still upset.
Yeah. And then having... It's Godfrey Fairman. Having it a low-grade, low-capacity venue will be a massive regret. Godfrey, I don't know if you've ever been to RAC Arena.
It's not a low-grade venue.
It's not a low-grade venue. It is amazing. It's an amazing venue.
It's won a few awards.
Sorry?
Hasn't it won a few awards?
I would imagine so. Like, they've designed it that no matter where you are, you get a good view of what it is. You may be a bit away, but it's not a low-grade venue.
There's still a few people that say, oh, Melbourne or Sydney would have been better. Why are we going to Perth again? Like, they're still not understanding that the government pays for this. Hey,
exactly.
You know, like, oh my.
Petition your government. Like, if, you know, they're not willing to pay the fee to get them in, they're not going to get them. Like, maybe they feel like their tourism is good enough. They don't need to bring in anyone else. Yeah. That's the same with, we got Coldplay over here. We paid to have Coldplay, and they sold out like 3 arena shows. Like, what do you...
Yeah, I think Sydney gets some massive tech conference that's coming up. I forget the name of it, but I'll flash it up here. But yeah, they put the government puts a lot of money into this tech conference that's coming up.
Yeah. And
a lot of the budget for tourism goes into that. So, you know, maybe you get the tech nerds and
that's what they're trying to, rather than the wrestling nerds like us.
Yeah. So that's just what it is.
Yeah.
But your Premier is a bit of a meathead, isn't he, Don? He's a rugby loving meathead.
Yeah, well, no, ex-Premier now. We've got a different Premier.
Oh, do you? I'm
pretty sure Roger Cook finished his term. They voted someone else in.
Yeah.
Hopefully they continue with this entertainment shtick that they're doing. We've got the film studio that was built during his time, and it's all gravy. So that was my experience purchasing Crown Jewel tickets. I got mine, and I'm happy. I could be happier, but I'm not upset. I was upset during the process.
You're ready to start fights.
Oh, mate, there was no one around, so there was no one to hit, so that was good.
That was funny.
But good times had all around, and again, I feel like everyone else had the same pain that I did.
Yes, seems like you weren't the only one in your suffering. You didn't suffer alone, but you did. Everyone was suffering in rooms by themselves, cursing at the screens, watching that timer run down. And I'll just do my parcel mailing for the day, saunter in, sit down, whack in the code that's been prepared for me by the Australian wrestling community comments. And some people sent it in our comments, and a few people messaged codes. Were messaging codes all day to us. I just was out and about, sorry. I wasn't really paying attention to it. I knew that
you were never going to get tickets anyway.
I was never going to get tickets. I was never going to.
You didn't even want them. You didn't even want them, you got them.
I didn't even.
Right.
I didn't want them. You're right, Don. I I didn't
I
want
went through
them.
my pain to help you.
Yeah,
All
no,
right,
well, no, yeah. So some have to crawl so others can walk.
that's
Um,
it.
you know,
But two things that positive came out of this whole thing. The first one is because I ended up getting the really expensive tickets. I had a couple of dollars for some John Cena merch, which
oh.
I'm definitely. I don't know
Okay,
if
so
you're gonna
so
go on.
hot tip, just hot
Yep.
tip for you and the little listeners out there. Buy a few of the Perth shows because there'll be John Cena collectors out on after them on eBay afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they
All
want
right.
all of his last run. They're different colours.
Yep. Yep.
So there's different versions in every city for his last year. So you'll have people that want to collect them and finish their collection. So if you get a couple of John Cena shirts,
Interesting. Could have just told me that off air, and then I could have profited from it. But that's cool, man. We're helping the people. We're here about the people, which goes into my second point. While there were some people who were just out there to have a big sook, there was some people who were legitimately out and about trying to help other people with codes, with methods, and letting them know what's going on so that we could all enjoy some wrestling. Power to those people. Power to those people. Big up to Matthew Stacey for sending me all the info. Big ups to anyone on the post that were just trying to give information to help others.
yeah, and guide them through the situation it was. I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, because those weren't the first seats that I got given. I didn't actually take. I was like, and I was letting it run down. And you were like, are you going or not? And I'm like, oh, let me see if I can get better tickets. And I tried it again, and I got the row in front of you, which made you return and Hulk up just the tiniest bit again. Like, what the fuck? After everything you've been through, I just walk in at the end of the day, sit down, put in the code that's provided by me, by, as you said, our most gracious commenters and listeners, and they helped us out. And I sat down and had a pain-free experience. I got a better ticket than the Don, and now he's giving me
not the watchers, not the listeners. This one's specifically for you. Yeah.
He's giving me the coast-to-coast bird. So take that. But yeah, the Don, we're both into the WWE. We won't be on the outside or having to watch it on Netflix and know it's taken place just down the road. So it was good to see everyone get what they wanted.
And commiserations to those who didn't.
Yeah, commiserations to those who didn't. There's still a chance, I reckon. My friend got tickets in block 322, the 311 ones, the restricted viewing ones.
Yeah.
So he's almost sitting behind the entranceway.
Oh, yeah.
But he's still going. He's still like, I'm going, man. I got in. It's going to be fucking awesome. We're going to SmackDown and pay-per-view and then a Raw in the city. It's going to be WWE TakeOver your wallet weekend, take over your life. If your boyfriend is all of a sudden becomes a wrestling fan and says, I'm going out this weekend. He's not. He's going out down south to cheat on you, so don't fall for that one. He's not one of us. He's not one of us. If he suddenly becomes a wrestling fan and says, I'm going to WWE TakeOver, I've got tickets. It's they're harder than hen's teeth to find at the moment. And the people that are procuring them with not so much as great ease as I had. Hey, Don.
No. Stop rubbing it in.
Look at the anger in that man's eyes.
My question, it's fire. My question is, will they be doing another pop-up store, do you think?
Well, they agreed. They said it was going to be bigger and better this time.
Ooh.
So now, like, I did see someone say that. Maybe if it was even Rhea Ripley, when she introduced it or something. And did you catch Bianca Bel Air and her husband, the guy from the Street Profits? I don't know his name. Well, he's not featured that much. What is he? I'm like,
I think there was one that just lost the tag titles.
Yeah, I don't know. Rosario Dawson. No, that's not him.
That's a famous actress.
Oh, sorry. I quite like her.
Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, Angelo Dawkins. That's
or is that
the
his
one.
tag partner?
Yeah, no, I think that's it. Anyway, one of them. Oh, fuck. Montez Ford. That's it. Yeah, okay. God, Montez Ford. Horrible. You see, I haven't been watching WWE, and I'm going.
Yeah.
Like I was a bit like, I'm gonna have to catch up with the chants and fucking, because I'm not just gonna sit there and raw dog it, as people say on these flights, just raw dog. Can you raw dog Raw?
Yeah. I'm just hoping Randy Orton comes.
No, okay.
I want to see. You can't raw dog Raw. No, I just left that.
You left that, yeah. You just not talking.
Just didn't grab it. I want to see John Cena. I want to see Randy Orton. I want to yeet with everyone.
Oh, God.
I want to sing Cody Rhodes' song. You know what I mean? I hope R-Truth comes. I want him to come back.
I hope R-Truth comes.
So that we can sing the "What's Up." You know, he doesn't do it anymore, but I'd love to.
He doesn't do it anymore.
I know, right? If you feel me, stand up and say what's up. You know.
Yeah. So Don, you're looking more for the 1995 show that you saw when you were 15. You want R-Truth to rock up, who's now known as Ron Killings. His real name.
Ron Cena.
Ron Cena. So you missed that. So they released a list of who will show up, and of course that card is subject to change as always. So hopefully just with the storylines that are going on, we'll get some Bronson Reed, some Rhea Ripley. Who else is in the mix? That's it. That's all the Australians that are currently.
Grayson Waller was at the press conference, so I imagine they'll have something for him.
So
they'll have something for him.
And don't forget, Australia's own Nia Jax is coming down. That was nuts, hey? Everyone's like, what? Google. What? Holy shit. Oh, shit. Hey, man. Like, they're fucking right. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, so Australia's own Sydney-born Nia Jax, The Rock's cousin's coming down to probably injure someone and defend her title at the time. So that'll be good.
Yeah. And hopefully, bit of Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker. Paul Heyman.
Well, if they've asked for Bronson Reed, they've asked for the rest of them.
This is true. But big exciting thing. We'll drop any news that we get, which, will be on the page, or Australian Wrestling Community will bring it up. But, it's a very exciting time. I'm keen, very, very, very keen to see it all, as well as EPW in our house it'll be 4 days straight.
Yeah.
Crazy good wrestling.
I forgot that's going to be on, so I'm going to be there for that.
I'm going to need a week of rest after this.
And repent.
Yeah, because it's just going to be a crazy week.
How are you going to go? 2 nights out and then wrestling in front of what they hope will be, 900 people, 1,000 people?
I always, shoot for the moon. I want 2,000. Let's put it out there. 2,000 for this is our house.
That's
hashtag like 2,000 in our house.
No,
do it. No, I know, but I'm just putting it out there. So you shoot for this.
No one can see me shaking my head. Just you.
Stars, mate. Just me. It's fine. Shoot for the moon and land in the stars, buddy. That's where I'm going.
Yeah. Well, you better get cracking and better sell some tickets in and get some promotion out. Because it's all happened. Everyone's coming. Everyone knows they're coming now. So to those who are coming, welcome. Yes. And to those who aren't, you won't see it until it's on. Well, you may not see it ever because it goes on Vimeo, and then who can be asked with that?
You got to pay.
Yeah, you got to pay, and that's the way. The old ways. It's the old ways because. Don, get us out of here with What's on Weekend. But before we get into What's on Weekend, this weekend, MCW Ballroom Brawl. I have a VIP ticket. I'll be waving that around in everyone's waist. I'll be waving that around. Yeah, I'll be waving that around in everyone's face, going, oh no, VIP. So that'll be cool. And then they announced for everyone, for all involved, that Ballroom Brawl is near on selling out. There's a few GA tickets left. Yep. So as Ballroom Brawl becomes close to a sellout, and there must be only literally a handful of tickets left.
Yeah.
Because MCW have made it live on YouTube, and I know PWA go live when they sell out. So MCW are starting to go live when they sell out. So this is going to be pretty cool. Everyone can watch the PWA King of the Metro Rumble from last week. Yep. If you haven't seen it already, that's well worth a look. This weekend you can watch MCW Ballroom Brawl and see who turns up at that. So that'd be quite interesting. I'll be turning up.
That's not enough for you. Renegades have just released.
That's out. Indestructible. Yeah. So that's
Indestructible
out
on YouTube.
Yeah. So Indestructible is out. So there's quite a bit of YouTube wrestling out there to be catching up on if you haven't already, as well as the other stuff coming out.
And that's all good for Sydney and Melbourne, but if you're not in those places, if you're not in Melbourne for Ballroom Brawl and you want to go catch some local live wrestling, here is the Wrap Around the Weekend, powered by Australian Wrestling Community, provided by Michael Lee. In New South Wales, All-Star Wrestling Australia have Pupsamania on the 5th of July. In Queensland, Nightfall Wrestling presents Mirage on the 5th of July. South Australia, PWSA has Super Slam on Saturday, July the 5th. If you're in Victoria and you're not going to Ballroom Brawl, there is PCW's Evolution on Thursday. Well, actually, if you go on a Ballroom Brawl, this one's on a Thursday. You can go to that anyway. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling have Breakout 57 on Friday, July the 4th. And Peak Pro Wrestling have Where in the World is Happy Kai on July the 5th. That's if you've not already got a ticket for Ballroom Brawl, which if you haven't got one, get in quick. Apparently they're pretty much sold out. But if you're on the West Coast, like I am, you can go see Dude, Where's My Ring? Democracy Manifest on Friday the 4th of July.
Oh, I tell you, didn't Chevs get injured at PWA? Unfortunately.
Yes, Charlie Evans.
Yeah, Charlie Evans got injured at the PWA King of the Metro Rumble show. Unfortunately, she had to pull out a Dude, Where's My Ring? I was about to say, Where's My Car? But all I could think of was that old video cover. But and she's been replaced with Axe Massacre, so that'll be interesting. So that's some might even say that's an upgrade. But so
I'm keen to see how it turns out.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. So unfortunately,
more importantly,
are you on this show?
You will see DNT, myself and Chris Target, destroy Buster Rust and Papa Germ. Two kids, a rat and a rabbit. They're going to be served up as a meal for the public to see us destroy. That's on Friday the 4th of July.
Are you putting an apple in someone's mouth?
Yes, roasted them piggies. Then that is the 4th of July. And then that's also at Seasonal Brewing. They're pretty much sold out as well. If you want tickets for that, you better get in quick. And then EPW presents Evolution on Saturday, July the 5th. And if you go to that one, you can see DNT destroy two more people, Bruno Nitro and David Storm. DNT dominating the Western Australian landscape of professional wrestling. That is Dude, Where's My Ring? Democracy Manifest, Friday the 4th of July. American Independence Day, Democracy Manifest. It's good. And then EPW Evolution, Saturday the 5th of July. Come down, check it out, get a ticket, enjoy wrestling. And I'm going to drop it here before we drop it online. DNT will have brand new hoodies available for purchase at or at least Evolution, if they're ready for Friday, they'll be available at Democracy Manifest as well. I'm still debating whether.
Right. You're not taking them to both shows. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, look, it's just they're almost ready. They're not quite ready, but they will be ready. And they're good hoodies. It's a bit cold. It's the colder season. If you need an extra layer with some style, DNT has your hookup.
Yep. Good hoodies or goodies, trademarked, is
Yes.
As they get around, some DNT goodies.
That's the one. So that's the wrap around the country, and now this is the wrap up of the pod. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you would like to support your local wrestling company, make sure you get down, buy a ticket, support local wrestling. Just giving you all the options of what you can go and see this weekend. There is heaps to go and see. And if you want to support a particular wrestler, make sure you head to the merch desk. Specifically, Dude Where's My Ring and EPW Evolution, and buy yourself a DNT hoodie. But no, if you want to support a specific wrestler, get to the merch table. That money goes directly to them, straight into their pockets, help them on their wrestling journey, or at least to give them enough money for Macca's on the way home. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week.